So with the video announcement of patch 11.2 from Blizzard just a couple of days ago, we also have the DATAMINED tier sets for Season 3. So let's take a look at each tier set for each class, and then we can see which ones are winners and losers aesthetically. So first on the list is the Death Knight. If you recall from the Undermined tier sets, those ones went really dummy hard, and these ones are kind of tame in comparison, I would say, but they look good nonetheless. So for Raid Finder, we have this kind of cold gray and brown color scheme, and we have the eyes that light up as you would expect for Death Knights. All in all, it's not too bad, nothing too crazy. I don't think it's better than the last tier set that we had for this aesthetically, but I mean, it looks pretty cool nonetheless. I will say though, I really do like the shoulders. This one is going to be for normal, so this one has more of a earthy tone to it. Then we have the purple recolor for the heroic version of the tier sets. And then lastly, we have the mythic one, which is more of a, I suppose, a gold and fell color kind of combination going on. And as always, we have the two PvP tier sets as well. So this one is a black and red combo, which looks really cool. And then we kind of have a lighter one here with some light browns and then some gold accents, which looks pretty neat as well. Next we have the Demon Hunter, and these ones look pretty badass actually from what I can see from the pictures here. So for a Raid Finder, it looks like we're going to have that classic fell green going on. I really like the headpiece, the horns look really cool. I really love the shoulder pieces, and the gloves are probably my favorite out of the entire set. I really like the way that they glow. For normal, you have more of a earthy tone with some blue accents, which looks not too bad. I'm not super crazy about it. I still like the fell look a lot more, but this one looks pretty cool. It's a little bit more vibrant. Then the heroic version is a purple recolor, which looks fantastic. I love the purple on this very much, and the gloves just speak to me even more when they're in purple. So if I get nothing else from this set but the purple gloves, I'd be happy, honestly. Looks fantastic. I really like this one. And then for the mythic set, we have more of a like volcanic infused kind of thing going on, which looks really good. I really like this, and I love sort of like the magma stuff that's kind of going through the horns on the shoulder pieces and like the headpiece. It looks really good. So for PvP, we have more of a black and red thing like we had with the Death Knight, and then the second tier set for PvP is more of a brown with vibrant green accents, and it, you know, it doesn't actually look too bad. Next up we have Druid, and I don't really know how to feel about this one. I don't know, it doesn't really scream Druid all that much. I mean, like, okay, yeah, you have the feathers and the wood ornamentation, but I don't know, it just doesn't really scream Druid all that much. If anything, I would feel like this is more like a shaman set than anything else. So this set here is for the Raid Finder, so it's a little bit more earthy tones. Then we have one that's a little bit darker for the normal version. I will say though, I like this color scheme a little bit better than the last one we saw. Then for the heroic set, we have a glow element to it, which looks really cool, and it's more in the purple color range. Even though I'm a fan of purple, I still don't like the way this set looks personally. I don't know, there's just something about it that's just, I don't know, it just feels like something's off. But anyways, then for the mythic set, you have more of a dark base with some greens and yellows, which I don't know. This is this color scheme I just do not like. I think it looks really bad. For PvP, we have more of a reddish purplish kind of combo going on, and then the second PvP set is a little bit darker with some red accents. So it seems like for the PvP sets, they're going for a red and black color combo, and it seems to be a recurring theme since the last three that we've seen have had that exact color scheme. And that being said, this is the best looking one out of all the color variations that we've seen for the Druid. Then we have the Evoker tier sets, which look a little bit elaborate, so let's take a look at these ones. So for LFR, we have a gray, dark blue, and kind of orange combo color set going on here. It's not too bad. It has a lot of ornate details in it, which looks kind of cool, but as someone who has dabbled with Evoker here and there, it doesn't really speak to me, so it's not something that I'm actively going to go for. So for normal, we have a blue, gray, and purple accent combination going on, which looks pretty decent. And then for heroic, I really like this one a lot, actually. I know I said it wasn't something I was going to go for, but I really like the shoulders with the purple orbs. It looks fantastic. I think the only thing that I would change from this is I would have these little details, these little ribbons, and like this thing up in this V up in the chest. I think I would have made those black. But other than that, I really like this color scheme. It looks really good. And then lastly, for Mythic, we have kind of like a firebrand kind of thing going on. So it looks pretty cool too. It's not too bad. And then as always, we have the armor pieces for the dragon form itself. So the first one is a purple tinted shoulder piece with a belt, which looks pretty neat. Then we have that firebrand one, that more orange and brown. Third one is more gold with just some silver accents. And then lastly, we have a lighter blue that's kind of encroaching into purple with some silver lining, which looks kind of neat too. As for the PvP sets, we have that red and black combo that we were just talking about, and this one actually looks really good. I love that they have the red orbs on this one as well. And then on this one is where they put those black linings, which I think would have looked really good on the purple one. So this is kind of what I was talking about, where, you know, the chest piece was a little bit black here, and then this little piece of fabric here. I think that would have looked really good on the purple. And then for the second PvP set, we just have like an all green one, and then this one is just devoid of the actual orb. This one's a little bit tamer and very green. So if you like green, there you go. PvP is your way to get it. And as for the shoulder pieces for the dragon form for PvP, we have this red one here. So red belt, red shoulders, and then we have a green belt, green shoulders as well. Next on the list, we have the hunter, and it feels like every time I see a hunter tier set, it's just not very hunter to me. Like, it just looks, I don't know, it's just not very good. So for LFR, we have this purple and black set going on, and as much as I like purple, I don't know, this set is just not it. I really don't like the way this looks. This does not scream hunter to me, like, at all. This I would think is like either more on the mage side of things or even like quasi paladin, but this, I don't know, this is not hunter. When I think of hunter, this is not what I see. Then for normal, we have more of a tan color with some black and green. For heroic, we have not much different from the first one that we saw from LFR. It's just a different shade of purple. And then for mythic, we have this black and white version of the tier set, and this looks fantastic. I actually really like the color combinations of this, but again, like, this does not seem like a hunter set to me. And I feel like every time that there's a new tier set, hunter kind of just gets shafted a little bit. I don't know. You can let me know what you think in the comments, but I really feel like hunter never really has anything that great. Moving on to the PvP sets, we are keeping with the red and black theme as we have been seeing throughout. Looks decent enough. As for the second PvP set, this one is just a disgusting color of green. I'm sorry, but this is just, no, this isn't it. I'm sorry. Moving on to the mage. I don't know what Blizzard was thinking, but man, I guess they got their pimp hand out because these guys are looking baller. So first up, we have the LFR version of the tier set, and this one looks really, really good. I love the blue. The blue looks fantastic. I love the orbs on the shoulders. They're just big pimping with those hats. Next up is the normal version of the tier set, and this one is going more in the direction of a pink and blue palette, which looks kind of neat. I guess it's more of like a tamed pastel kind of color palette that they're going for. It's decent. It's not my favorite or anything, but it works. Then for heroic, we have this excellent black and white with blue accents going on. I love this. I was kind of dead set on the LFR version, but this one actually looks really, really good. I was browsing social media yesterday and I did see someone comment on the new tier set. Someone had made a short little video on TikTok and they were saying how they didn't like the hat, but I kind of think the hat works. It looks really good. I don't know. These guys are high styling. And then for mythic, we have a dark blue with purple accents, which looks really good as well. I kind of like this one a lot too. I'm usually not a helm person, I will say. I usually don't like hats. I usually don't like the helms, and I always have all my characters with no headdress whatsoever. But I don't know, man. This really is cool. I really like this one a lot. And then for the PvP set, we have again black and red, which looks really cool. I really like the orbs on the shoulder piece. Looks fantastic. And then the next set is more of a green and red, which this one I think I'm not too crazy about. I don't know. To me, the colors kind of clash a little bit. But so far, without having seen any of the other tier sets that we're going to look at, the mage tier set is at the top of my list for sure. Next, we have the monk, and if you watched my last video on the tier 2 sets, I really did not like the monk set at all. I thought it looked kind of clownish and ridiculous. It really just was not my cup of tea. So first up, we have a kind of green, silver, brownish kind of color combo going on. I will say though, the headpiece with the mouth wrapping and I guess like the iron jaw, that looks really cool, but other than that, I don't like the rest of the set at all. And then for the normal version, we have kind of a red and dark gray. This one looks a little bit better color-wise, but I don't know. I don't like the shoulders, and I really don't like the armor piece that's on top of the arm. It feels a little bit too bulky, and I don't know, nothing about this really screams monk to me personally, and I would argue at least that the tier 2 set was more monk than this is. For heroic, we have a green and yellow kind of combo going on with some, I guess, lighter brown tones. Not really crazy about this one either. And then for mythic, this color scheme is a lot better than the other ones that we've seen. Probably the best one out of all of them, but again, I don't know, this could probably be for a different class. Like when I look at this, I don't see a monk. The only thing that remotely resembles anything for monk is maybe the belt, the little tie here, but other than that, I don't know. Or maybe even the shoes, because they kind of have like that ninja or samurai type feel to them. But other than that, it's just not very monk-like to me. So I don't know. Let's take a look at the PvP sets though. So for the PvP sets, we kind of have a lighter base color with the red on top of it. It looks okay. Nothing really special to me personally. And then the second one, we have a darker version with, I guess, some more green overtones. This one looks a little bit better than the other ones, but again, I don't know. Just not very monk-like. Next up, we have Paladin, and I'm really excited about this one. I feel like Paladin finally got some love in terms of the tier sets, and it just so happens that I had planned on playing Prop Paladin for the Season 3 Mythic Plus, so I'm kind of excited about this one. So first up, we have a very classic Paladin type thing going on here. The colors are very Stormwind, very Paladin, very regal. Looks really good. I really like the way everything fits together. The colors are nice. The glow is really cool on the shoulders. So I have no complaints about this set. I really like the ornate details that are all over the back piece too for the cape. Looks fantastic. And I really like the pleating on the coat here, where it looks really, really cool. So all in all, very good. I like this one a lot. Next up for normal, we have kind of a wacky color combination with the purple and the green, but I kind of like it. It's very kind of unique color combo, and I love the shoulder pieces on this one. I really like the blue glow that the eyes are giving. I don't know, it's kind of funky, but in a good way. I don't know, I gotta say, I'm kind of vibing with this one. Then we have the heroic version of the set, and this one looks absolutely gorgeous. It almost feels like as if a paladin kind of descended into more of a darker state, and I am here for it. I really like this one a lot. The color scheme looks good. The glow of the shoulders look really good. The shoulders look fantastic as they did in the last one. It's a far departure from the first one that we saw, but it works. It looks really, really good. I like this one a lot too. And then for Mythic, we have a red and black theme going on, and this one looks just as good as the other ones. Again, the details are really good. The shoulders look amazing. And I gotta say, as someone who hates headpieces, I kind of like this headpiece a lot. It looks really good on all four of them. So I'm definitely vibing with this Paladin set 100%. And I know that I said that Mage was kind of at the top of my list, but I think this would overtake the Mage set by far. For PvP, you have this gorgeous white and gold one. Looks really, really good. They did a banger job on this. It's just too bad that I don't play PvP because I would love this set. This looks really, really good. And then the second set, we have, again, the black and red, which looks fantastic as well. I cannot emphasize enough how much I love the Paladin set. It's really, really good. So all across the board, from LFR to Mythic to PvP, chef's kiss. Perfect. Moving on, we have Priest up next, and let's take a look at these PvE sets. So first up for LFR, we have this kind of light gold and kind of, I guess, light gray kind of color combination. This one really screams to me old world and kind of how you would picture maybe something from the movies, like how you would see a priest from like ancient times doing rituals and things like that. This is the type of clothes that they would wear. It feels very authentic, I guess is the best way to put it. Looks really good. I like it. Then for normal, we have more of a gold and blue kind of tint going on. This one is not half bad. I feel like the first one, the LFR version, looks a little bit better than this one personally. Then for heroic, we have a blue, gold, and purple kind of scheme going on. It looks pretty decent here. I actually don't mind too much of this. I kind of feel like maybe instead of the blue orbs, they could have just been gold to match the rest of the gold that's kind of going on in this set. But I mean, it doesn't look half bad. It's pretty decent, but I'd still think LFR is my favorite one out of the three so far. And then for the Mythic set, this again kind of screams old world like the first one did. I think this is a little bit more classic in that sense. So for the first PvP set, we have kind of a dark purple with the red glow going on. Doesn't look too bad. I'm not too crazy about this one, but it looks pretty decent. And then for the second set of the PvP tier set for the Priest, we have kind of like that funky color scheme going on again. So we have purples and reds and grays. Maybe something you wouldn't expect to see, but I don't know. The funky style kind of works. So next up, we have the tier 3 sets for the Rogue. And if I recall correctly, I wasn't a huge fan of the tier 2 sets. So let's see what these ones look like. So for LFR, we kind of have like this really awful green color. I don't like the way this looks at all. It kind of looks a little pukey, if I'm going to be honest. You kind of have like some yellow accents going on here too. I don't know. This really isn't doing it for me personally. And then moving on to the normal version of the tier set, we have more of a dark brown with, I guess, darker blue tones. This one I like a lot more than the previous one. And this one I can see feeling a little bit more roguelike. As with the first one, it really didn't feel like that to me. But this one feels more in the realm of like, yes, I'm a rogue. And then for heroic, we have a purple, green, gold color combination going on. And then the shoulders have a little bit of a mist to them, which looks kind of cool. I can't say that I'm crazy about this color combination, but anything beats that first pukey green one. So then lastly, we have the Mythic version of the tier set for Rogue, and this one looks really good actually. The set feels like it was kind of inspired from Shadowlands a little bit. It has that very Revendreth feeling to it to me personally, and it looks really good. I really like the color combinations here. Everything kind of is just on point. So I'd probably say that this one is the winner out of all four of them. Moving on to the PvP sets, the first one is an all red kind of base color with some gold ornamentation. Looks kind of decent. And I would actually argue that this color combination, the way that it looks on this player, I would argue that this looks more monk than the monk sets do. And then your second PvP one is this all white with blue accents, which looks actually really exquisite. I like this one a lot. I think this one is very, very cool looking. And anyone who gets this is going to look absolutely baller. So awesome job on this one, I think. So moving on to Shaman, I think these ones are already look better than the tier 2 sets personally. So let's take a look at how these ones look up close. So for LFR, we have this very cool looking brown gold theme going on. And this one looks really good. I really like the wolf helm. That looks really cool. I don't mind the plumage that's coming from the top of it either. Usually I'm not really a fan of that kind of thing, but I think it works here with this one. The shoulders look really cool. And just as a side note, I feel like this is more of a hunter set than anything. This feels more like a hunter tier set than the hunter tier set looks. For the normal version of the tier set, we have more of a purple, blue, and white accent going on, which looks really good. I don't mind this one too much. It's more vibrant for sure. And I will say that I really like the blue eyes on this one. It looks really, really good. It looks very clean, very nice. For the heroic version, we have some white accents on black and red, which looks pretty decent. And I really, again, like the red eyes on this one. Those look fantastic. And then lastly, for Mythic, we have a gold and green with some brown undertones, which This one's kind of decent. It's okay. It's not too bad. I'm not crazy about the green, but it looks good. So for the first PvP set for Shaman, we have brown with blue overtones. Looks pretty decent. And then as for the second PvP set, we have the red and dark browns, which looks excellent. I love the eyes again. So very cool looking. Next up on the list is the Warlock, and these ones are already kind of looking better than the tier 2 sets. The tier 2 set kind of felt like it was, I don't know, kind of felt like it was all over the place for me. So looking at the LFR version, we have the big eye on the shoulder piece. That's the first thing that kind of grabbed my attention. That big eye looks really cool. Then you have the same kind of thing, the eye on the back piece as well. Looks really neat. Not crazy about the color scheme of this one personally, but I think the other ones might look a little bit better. And I love this front detail here that's going down the pants. And you also have it on the side of, on either side of the chest piece as well. Looks really cool. I like that. I love when they put symbology inside the tier sets. They look really cool. So for normal, we have more of a vibrant color with greens, yellows, and browns, mostly brown. This one is, it's okay. The color scheme isn't really there for me personally, but again, looks pretty decent. Moving on to the heroic version of the tier set, I actually like this one a lot. The purple, the dark colors, the lettering that's on the clothes just stands out a lot more. The color scheme looks a lot better. I really like the coloring of this one a lot more. I think this is the best one out of the two that we just saw. And lastly, we have the mythic version of the tier set, and this one again also looks really good. This right here screams Ragnaros to me, screams Firelands, and I think that's pretty neat. Like it's very reminiscent of that entire raid. I really like this set a lot. So the mythic and the heroic versions are top tier for the Warlock. I really like these two the best. Moving on to the PvP set, we have a very earthy kind of tone going on with some purples and greens. This one doesn't look too bad. I would say this is probably a little bit more classic Warlock with the color scheme, so it looks pretty decent. I like it. And then the second PvP set is the red with darks going on again, and this one looks fantastic as well. I really like this one. The color scheme really works for the design of this set. And again, if I played any form of PvP, I would definitely go for this one. It looks fantastic. It looks really good. I think all in all, the Warlock set is pretty decent. And moving on to the final tier set is Warrior. And just looking at the pictures, the headpiece kind of looks a little ridiculous. So let's take a closer look at this stuff. So for LFR, we have a green and gold palette going on here. It kind of doesn't work for me personally. What I don't like, is this headpiece. It looks really weird. I get what they were going for because there's a theme that they have going on with the headpieces with the plumage kind of coming out of it. But like, I don't know, this one looks... This one kind of looks like your mom stayed up late at night and like was making your costume for the next day for school. She got to the helmet at the very last minute and just shoved 3 toothpicks in there and then here, just go off to school and try and win your Halloween contest. It kind of looks goofy, I'm not gonna lie. Moving on to the normal version, we have an all-out pink and silver color combination going on. Looks pretty decent. I actually don't mind this too much, but I will say that it is kind of giving off bubblegum candy vibes. For heroic, we have a purple, gold, and green themed version of the tier set. Again, I don't know, this one doesn't really speak to me too much. I don't really like the color scheme. The headpiece kind of looks goofy. I kind of look at this set and I feel like it's glow in the dark, if that makes any sense. So I don't know, I think this is kind of a miss for me personally. And then lastly, for the mythic tier set, we have a very muted green, I guess almost turquoise kind of color and silver going on, which I think out of all of them, this is probably the best looking one, the better color combination out of all of them. So I guess that's a win. Moving on to PvP, this one looks already better than everything that we've seen. The black and the red looks very iconic, very good. And this is what I kind of would expect more from the Warrior. So I would say that this is the best color combination out of all of them. And for the last PvP tier set of the Warrior, we have more of a orange and gold look. And again, I think this is a little bit more classic Warrior than anything that we've seen. But again, the red and black one, hands down the best out of all of them. So that'll do it for this video, and as I promised in the beginning, I'm going to give you what I think is the winners and losers aesthetically. So I think tied for first would be the mage set, because it just looks absolutely incredible. I like all of them except for this one here. So this in conjunction with the paladin, I think these two are the winners. And if I had to pick a runner-up, it would be the priest set. I really like this first one here. It looks very old school, and I really like the way that it looks, the first one. And then this last one here, the mythic set, looks incredible. So this would be my runner-up pick for sure. And as for the losers aesthetically, in my opinion, I think the druid set kind of is a big miss, and the warrior. The warrior is just god-awful. This black and red one is the only decent one, I think, out of the entire set. This one here with the turquoise and gray is kind of okay. I think all in all, warrior is the biggest loser here. In any event, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more WoW content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It will help it grow and get this video out to more people. Any kind of engagement helps, so I really do appreciate it. And let me know in the comments what your winners and losers were aesthetically for these tier sets coming in Season 3. I'm very excited for patch 11.2, and I am chomping at the bit to start tanking again as a paladin. So if you have any interest in seeing any of that, I'm just going to give you a friendly reminder that I am streaming on Twitch and YouTube starting at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Thursday. So if you want to join us to run keys or delves or any kind of content, you're more than welcome to. Until next time.